Good morning, Infinity. Good morning, wherever you are. Good morning to everybody who's in the house today, who is on the mats today. What an awesome time it is to be gathered together for Infinity, wherever you are globally. We're starting to use the nickname Infinity Fellowship International because we have people tuning in from all over the globe now. I'm Revjeff, obafemi, carr, founding Chief Spiritual Officer of the Infinity Fellowship, and I want to welcome you into this space today. Welcome into the space for Yoga Sunday. Y'all see I got my yoga clothes on. I got everything rocking and rolling on this end, ready to go to assist you in a space of coming together, being in a space where we can practice and get your body in alignment with your mind and your spirit. So thank you for tuning in. Good to see y'all. Good morning, everybody. Ma'at Hotep. We've got, I think we may have, was that Shabazz or somebody might be at the door? I think we might. Sister, you want to check for us? I think, maybe. But either way, we are here. We want you to begin to take a deep breath. We're going to be practicing in a few minutes after we get through the first part of our ritual here at Infinity. How we open Infinity. We open it in a divine space of alignment. So if you are in a space of wanting to make the change, wanting to be the change, wanting to embrace the change, this is the day to do it. Doesn't matter what you're wearing today, as long as it's something loose and comfortable. And if this is your first time tuning into Yoga Sunday, start a watch party. Tell people to click and subscribe. Right now, I guarantee you today, we're going over 1,000 subscribers alone on YouTube. I know, because this morning when we signed on for the stream, we were at 9.99. So what a grateful moment that we're in, right? So we know it's just how it's going to happen. We're speaking that, and we're speaking the same thing on Facebook. So wherever you are, start that watch party. Tag somebody. Subscribe. Let people know that the Infinity Fellowship is here for you. It's here for them too. To our friends in London, to our friends in wherever else. Belgium. We've had some people, Belgium, North Carolina, LA, New York, wherever you're tuning in for, New Jersey. You know, we see you, we feel you. Type a hi, type a moment of gratitude into the box at some point when we open that up today. And for now, I invite you to turn within as we open Infinity every Sunday by invoking that divine source that connects us all. The Creator, the Father God, the Mother God, the ancestral energy, the cosmic energy, whatever that space is that you invoke at home in your private prayer closet. Go ahead and tune into that space right now. Take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale to release. Allow your eyes to gently close. Allow your head to bow. Allow your heart to open. All-powerful, all-wise, all-knowing God, thank you for this opportunity today to gather together in the Infinity Fellowship. Thank you for the people who are tuning in from all over the globe to get the spiritual food today, but also to get the spiritual food, to recognize that the non-corporeal energy that is you and the corporeal energy that is our bodies right now is unified in moments like this when we just invoke you. We invoke you not from a faraway space, because you're not far away. You're within us. The queendom, the kingdom, it lies within. So thank you for being within us today. Thank you for the agreement that we are made together when these energies were in the heavenly plane and we decided to come to this earth at this time, in this world, in this very moment, in order to share and unleash our gifts upon the world to make the change. Thank you for the creatives in the world today. Thank you for the engineers today. Thanks for the artists today. Thanks for the healers today. Thanks for the writers today. Thanks for the builders today. Thanks for everybody today who showed up either live right now or at a replay later to make sure that they amplified their energy and they aligned their mind, body, and spirit. Thank you for the gift of doing a Yoga Sunday. Just to say, we're going to take care of this physical shell too. We're going to accumulate this knowledge and put it into action and make it wisdom, but we're going to do something too. we're going to make sure we're going to be here in a long and healthy way. So I speak health into the lives of those who are gathered today, who are watching the stream, those who are in the place here present with us. We give thanks in divine gratitude. For these things and for other things we can't put into words, we simply say thank you, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. Deep breath in. Exhale to release. And as we always do, I want you to begin to think about the ancestors who walked this path before us, because the second part of Open Infinity is giving credit, giving recognition, giving a moment of remembrance to our folks, those whose shoulders we stand upon. So if you're at home, type their names in the box. If there's somebody you want to remember and celebrate today, and here in this space when we pour the water, call their names aloud as well so that we can celebrate them. We pour libations because libations means a pouring out of water. It's not necessarily rocket science. Some of the cats on the corner last night were doing the same thing with their fifth. They poured a little off the top for the brothers who ain't here. We've been doing this for a long time, but we got that from somewhere. So when we pour water, it represents the living into the earth. It represents what's going to happen to these earth suits or earthly shells that we're going to be working today. We recognize that by pouring this water, we reconnect in remembrance something that was never disconnected in the first place. And that's the circle and the cycle of life. So we pour to the energies of the north, of the south, of the east, and the west. And we recognize the ancestors upon whose shoulders we stand. Absence in the physical body is simply presence in the divine cosmos. And so we recognize you today and speak that an example that you have given us would make it so that we could live the example life that future generations will call our name in recognition and in celebration. In the Yoruba word, which means essence, which means life, which means breath, which is a proclamation of so it is. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. We ask you at home, type in the folks on the box so you can call them out. People in the space here, go ahead and let's call our names aloud that we want to remember and recognize in this moment. To those names remembered, to those we cannot remember, but we know that are there because we're here, we simply say, we recognize and remember you. And so it is. Ashe, 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 oh. Ah, good. Take a deep breath in with me. Exhale and let it all out again. What a moment to be here. I see the ancestors coming in on the screen. We feel your energy. We see it's coming in there. We're happy to have you guys on. We're happy to have everybody with us. It's a moment to generate gratitude. So before we hit the mats today, before we get to the main attraction and the main interaction, we ask you to generate some gratitude. Think about one thing that you're grateful for. And if you're grateful for one thing, if you can find one thing that you're grateful for, go ahead and type it in the box so we can recognize. There's something that I'm grateful for. There's tons of things that we're all grateful for. What's one thing you're grateful for, Sister Kanitha? Grateful for a successful uniform distribution drive at Warner Arts Elementary yesterday, East Nashville. You blew it up. Parent Teacher Organization President, grateful for a successful drive to get clothes for school children in East Nashville at Warner. Shout out to Dr. Gibbs, shout out to Ms. Corlew, shout out to everybody there, Dr. Glaze. Oh my gosh, all of our people, man. We got great people. So shout out to Warner and everybody who's tuning in from Warner. Who's got one thing you're grateful for? Grateful for being a homeowner, Sister Alicia. I love it. You a homeowner? Anybody there a homeowner? Going to be a homeowner? Hey, what you got? You grateful for? Lakeisha, what you grateful for? Woo! Lakeisha is grateful for her 1-year anniversary at Infinity. She's like right there at the edge of the mat. Y'all see just the edge of the mat, and that's cool. That's because we save distancing up in here. So we want to make sure, but grateful for 1 year at Infinity, and that's great, because I'll never forget with Sister Keisha. I mean, man, she came on Yoga Sunday, and it's interesting when you make your first visit to Infinity on Yoga Sunday, you know, the most out-of-the-box Sunday that you could ever choose. Because I think Lakeisha was right over here against this wall. That used to be the spot, and it was an awesome moment, Keisha. We're grateful for you. Yeah, I said in my mind, I said, man, first time visitor on Yoga Sunday. Maybe they won't come back. I need to stress. Next week we'll have chairs up, like it'll be regular. But great, 1 year. Awesome, man. That's awesome. We got some great folks chiming in now. We got the ancestors showing up in the place. So yeah, you got something you're grateful for. Generate that attitude of gratitude by sharing it with us in the box. And then everybody on the replay can have a chance to generate that energy with you as well. And when you're listening or watching on the replay, type in what you're grateful for too, right? Because it gives you an attitude of gratitude. I was listening to something that Sadhguru, one of the yoga teachers, was teaching today. He was talking, and he was saying how he doesn't really like to work. He likes to live like he's on vacation, and people can criticize that. And they say, why? He said, I want to be joyful. I want to be joyful all the time. And they said, well, you get to sit here and talk. What about people who are standing in line, you know, at a store somewhere? He said, yeah. He said, they're standing in line, but what's to stop you from standing in line and being joyful? Right? What's to stop you from being the cashier, from having a joyful attitude? Have you ever checked out somewhere and you met somebody who had a really bad attitude? When they said, can I help you? And it surely was not meaning that they really wanted to help you. You didn't like that. But you remember those times when you encounter somebody who is just excited to be in that position, and they say, can I help you? And it just turns your day around. That's the person to be today, because you get to choose what attitude that you have. And that's what's happening. Awesome. Yes, grateful for me. I'm grateful for me and my brother too. I met some people, interaction with me and Dr. Carr. Yeah, the thing that I'm grateful for, y'all, I got to give this. My brother Greg, Dr. Carr, and I did a speech presentation for Tennessee State University's homecoming. And he and I were the only two biological brothers to both be SGA presidents. So they did a special that has had thousands of views. So if you go after you get off the mat today, after you've recovered, and you want to hear about that legacy of Tennessee State, go to Tennessee State University's YouTube page and watch that presentation for TSU's homecoming virtually. Go Big Blue. Class of 1990, SJ president. Yes, we're doing that there. Sister Angie's grateful for her children. We're grateful for you too. Grateful for with everybody that's on here. We're going to have a great day today. So especially if you're new, if you're a first timer, we're going to welcome you in a minute. But we want to introduce you, if you are new especially, or if you're family and you've been here every Sunday and you come every Sunday, to the concept of infinitude. This infinitude is the state or quality of being infinite or having no limit. We have a mix of faith traditions here at Infinity, but what brings us together are the common principles. So as we welcome you to Yoga Sunday, we say, how do we bring people together? It is through the common foundational spiritual principles of Infinity Fellowship. And we definitely say, be yourself, because everybody else is already taken. So when we talk about this statement of infinitude, infinitude is broken into 4 universal spiritual principles. And while we are an ancient wisdom-based law of attraction community, a space for everyone, especially those who consider themselves more spiritual than religious, but want to see changes in their lives, we have 4 principles. You work these principles, guarantee you're going to see a change. If you work these principles and they don't work, I will help you find a spiritual community that will produce some fruit in your life. But we've seen that these 4 spiritual principles are indeed a snap, and it is a snap. S is for spirituality, which is embracing the God of your acceptance and understanding. N is nurturing. You want to nurture that relationship. You don't just want to get spiritually deep and have a revelation and then not be able to have that connection going all the time. The next step that you do is action, because you have to take action on your dreams, on your divine purpose, on your life. We give you spiritual practices here at Infinity that are going to help you, that are going to push you into taking action. And I guarantee you, if you take those 3 steps, you'll be able to look back and see the proof. You want to be able to see the proof in your life. You want to be able to see fruit in your life. You want to be able to look back and say, since I've been practicing these spiritual principles, pouring energy into realignment toward manifestation, practicing yoga, reading the books that I need to read, doing the community work out there, building the housing, feeding the homeless, educating the young people. You see these things, you look back into your own life, vibrating around positivity and what can be done and not what can't be done. You should be able to look back and say, you know what? My relationships have improved. My attitude toward life has improved. I've become aligned with my divine purpose. That's what SNAP is all about. So I invite you at home to say with us our statement of infinitude. If you're in the spot today, say with us our statement of infinitude. These are the core principles that bring us together, and we'll pull them up on the screen. Let us say it together. We agree that we are beings of pure, eternal spirit, birthed from the creative potential of the universe, with all the powers of the Creator inherent within us. We embrace the innate goodness of humankind and an abundant creation that provides for us through the seeds that we plant in our everyday lives. We acknowledge that who we are is housed in a temporary biological organism, and as such, it is our responsibility to take care of it because it will only last for a precious window of time. As we nurture ourselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we commit to provide like acts of nurturing for our fellow brothers and sisters of the world we live in, embracing all regardless of religious faith, skin color, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic background. All are truly welcome at Infinity. We agree and accept that various religions exist as a unique opportunity for humanity to get to know one another through meaningful conversations that seek to explore the core concepts we share in common. It is the application of ancient wisdom, scientific discovery, and spiritual practices, both physical and metaphysical, that will lead us closer together as a human family. We commit to exist now and ever as a beloved community. Let it be so according to the many words of affirmation drawn together from ancient times. And on the screen, you'll see that we have an explanation of those terms as well, because we don't just want you saying something because I said something. I want you to look it up and to know that this is the resonant energy in what we say. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. Deep breath in. Exhale to release. Deep breath in. Exhale to release. There we go. Now we're back into a space of welcoming as we welcome everyone today who is a first-time visitor. If you're a first-time visitor today, we want to say welcome to Infinity. So give us that space today where you type into the box, this is my first time. And guess what? Even if this is your first time at Yoga Sunday, because you've been saying, I love Infinity, I love first and second Sundays, and I love third Sundays, being able to talk and have conversations like last week. I decided to give this yoga thing a try. And I'm gonna get on this mat today, I'm gonna roll it out on the floor, I'm gonna clear a space, I'm gonna participate fully, whatever it might be. Let us know you're first timer, and when you get your first time name in there. Everybody who is with Infinity Folk, y'all come on. Shower them with love, likes, hearts, muscle arms, everything that you can. But we like to let you know that we see and know the real you. We see you today not as a human being who showed up to have a spiritual experience. We see you as the other way around. You are a spirit navigating the human experience like the rest of us. So we like to send you a special greeting. And this greeting is for you to receive. So wherever you are, go ahead and just hold your hands out or cross them over your chest. And if you're in the space, just look at somebody, send them the energy out into the world. Y'all can send them out. If you're home by yourself, you can receive it. But if you're in the space, shoot that energy through your fingertips to somebody who's here. We do miss the days when it was like wall to wall in here. You know, that energy is real. First times I see you, Heather. First I see you. Hey, giving thanks, Jane. Seeing all of y'all. So to Heather, to Jane, Sean, we got everybody who's coming in. First timers, take a deep breath and receive this. And everybody else, repeat this after me. You can repeat this to yourself, to the people who are around you. Share this at any given time. I see you, but you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You're a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me. Where I can let you know, if nobody else will, that you are not alone. I'm with you, and you are at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You are so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to stretch your body, to embrace your dreams, and to celebrate your divine destiny. I know all this because I'm here to do the same thing. So we're going to help each other out. All right? All right? I know the real you. And I see you shining today. So welcome to infinity. Welcome home. Asheo. I get to play a little groove. We can't hug, we can't really jump on each other and high five, but this is the point where high fives just go all the way around. So to everyone, Sister Heather, to everybody else who is in here, as we are seeing people join up, we are just so excited to have you here. We're excited to have everybody in the space, and we're excited to be vibrating around getting these bodies going and getting ourselves growing, making sure we're where we need to be. So let's take a deep breath in, exhale to relieve. As we prepare ourselves before we hit these mats really hard, because in a minute I'm going to alleviate you working on that computer and you working on your thumbs. We're going to do that. We're going to do that after our offertory period. So Infinity folks, y'all know this is an exciting time for us. It's a part of what we do here at Infinity to make sure that we are amplifying the energy of gratitude, the attitude of gratitude. So the last thing before we get into the major part of the service today, where we pour everything into you, is we give an opportunity to pour into infinity. This is our offertory period. When we give from a space of gratitude. So whatever it is that you're giving from a monetary sense, you can give via Cash App, you can give via PayPal. We have those links that'll come up on the screen as well. But we want to make sure that you're giving from a joyful place and understanding that everything is good. So we give in this moment. And if you found your way to the mat already, you say, hey, you know what? I found my way to the mat and I kept my purse in the other room with the kids. I kept my wallet in the other room with the kids. That's good too. If you want to go grab it right now, we'll bless it. Give you a couple of minutes to give, and then we'll put the slide back up at the end of Yoga Sunday because you can continually give as you pour this energy in. So take a deep breath in with me. Exhale to release. And what we're going to do is we're going to give in our space of spiritual practice. So let us share together our offertory affirmation and supercharge this money up so that we can send it into the universe for good. Inhale, and let us say it together. O limitless, abundant creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference. And so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken, and so it is. And so the slide comes up. Get an opportunity to give. This is our time. You can take a picture of the screen. How about that? And you can give. I'm going to take a picture of the screen myself. Cash App is in $Infinity Fellowship. PayPal is paypal.me/Infinity Fellowship. Thank you very much. In the giving portion, they gave people like 2 more minutes to give because the microphone was off. Oh, don't you love technology? So look, Some people fill the space and say, I'm going to give while he's obviously running his mouth. I didn't say a lot. The only thing I said, y'all, was that I'm grateful to be able to give and participate as a giver. And part of that giving for us is very much looking at the accountant. So thank you so much, Jane, for catching that for us. Thank you so much for that. She was letting us know. Felina was letting us know too. I love our infinite streamers because y'all stay on it, man. Y'all get this spiritual food coming and y'all like, hey, somebody cut off the service. We need to make sure that I'm getting this food. Thank y'all for that. That was a good look. I'm running all the tech now myself so that we can all participate. And although fourth Sunday is the lowest tech day, it makes me grateful for the other tech days. But we got somebody on point. I'm grateful. Another thing I'm grateful for. We're grateful to give. We're grateful to pour in. We're grateful to participate. And thank you all for participating fully as infinite streamers. So clear the space out on the floor. Clear your mats space out. We're going to absorb today's meditation. We're going to absorb a practice. The practice is for everybody, y'all. So no matter what your level is, we're going to get you in a space where you can participate. Listen to your own body. Do what your body tells you to do. The absorbing of this energy today is about focusing on the throat areas especially. This is the space where your vocal cords are. I'm going to ask you to start vibrating around that space today. For today's meditation, we're going to turn to the words of Mohandas Mahatma Gandhi, who said, many people, especially ignorant people, want to punish you for speaking the truth, for being correct, for being you. Never apologize for being correct or for being years ahead of your time. Some of y'all are years ahead of your time. Some of y'all are trying to get people to understand you and they can't understand you. I understand, I'm with you. If you're right and you know it, speak your mind. It's okay. Speak your mind even if you are a minority of one. The truth is still the truth. The truth is still the truth. What a great quote today. In terms of the message that I want you to take to the mat, if I could give you any message, it's the truth is still the truth. Your truth is still your truth. When we talk about the energy that we are raising today in this spiritual space, the energy that we're raising is the chakra or the wheel energy of Vishuddha. Everybody say Vishuddha. Vishuddha is the throat chakra. Well, Brother Revjeff, what you talking about with chakra? What you talking about with this energy? You know, guess what? I don't like people use big terms to seem really, really deep, and then they never explain them. So I gave you a little slide today on Yoga Sunday so that you understand when somebody says chakra, what they're talking about. Chakra is a Sanskrit word. We think about the history of Indus Kush, that connection there is real. It means wheel. It's one of the 7 energy life centers in the body. You see this drawing, some variation of this drawing in places where the colors go from red with the root chakra to the sacral chakra to the solar plex chakra to the heart chakra, which was last month, Anahata, to that space of the throat chakra. That beautiful blue radiant energy there. That throat chakra is an energy center. And we look at that, this is how it's written in Sanskrit with lotus petals surrounding it. One of these 70 energy light centers is there, and it means purification, but also poison purification. So releasing some of the poisons in your body through purification. The mantra that we use today when we vibrate this energy around our throat chakra is hum, H-A-M, but pronounced H-A-U-M. So I want you to jump back, choke yourself, but something like that. Put your hands over your bottom of your throat so that you feel that space. And I want you to cross your hands at the bottom of your throat and then just feel the warmth there. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to release. And I want you to lift your hands and take your middle finger, trace the neckline until you reach that space where the collarbones meet. It's right down in this space where if you watch all of those ER soap operas and somebody can't breathe, so somebody's on 911 and they call and they say, make an incision here, empty out a ballpoint pen and insert something there. Hopefully none of you ever have to do that weird stuff, but that's what they do, that trachea space where they can get somebody breathe. Touch that little dot, press it lightly, take a deep breath in through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Good, take another deep breath in. Exhale, like you're fogging up that mirror. Good, take a deep breath in. Exhale. This time we're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to exhale. Hum. All right, good. Continue to breathe like this. What did you feel when you said hum? Did you feel anything with your finger? All right, good. Move your finger up. Move your finger up a little bit. Take an inhale. Exhale, hum, and move your finger until you feel it vibrating. Exhale. Hum. Move it up your neck until you feel it vibrating. Move it up your neck until you feel the point where it's vibrating. All right, good. Guess what? Those are your vocal cords, right? When you feel that space there, the vocal cords are the area where when you have that hum mantra or that hum saying, that's the energy that gets amplified. So in an amplification of that, that's why the throat chakra is so important, because it's about your voice. And it's about finding the balance of your voice. So go ahead and lay your hands back over your throat in that area in a gentle way, in a loving way, in a very loving way, right? In a loving way. Inhale. Exhale, hum. Inhale. Exhale, hum. Good. Now breathe normally. Bring your hands down to your sides. When we chant today, when we vibrate that energy today around Vishuddha, we are purifying. We are vibrating our voice into the world. We are amplifying your voice because your truth deserves to be heard. Don't ever hold your truth. Don't ever make yourself small. These are the lessons that we learn through Vishuddha, or the throat chakra. It is the energy that is there. When we say hum, we want to make sure that we space out the vowels and the consonants so that we have evenness. So not hum, not hum. But we want to make it so that we get that vibratory space as you practice at home. Hum. Feel that M energy, that hum energy, that humming energy. For those of you who are singers out there, who are artists out there, you know that one of the greatest vocal warm-ups you can do is to hum, right? So when you hum, you are awakening your voice. You are putting energy into your voice. Why is this important that we warm this voice up like this, Rev? Well, it's important because imbalance in a chakra energy in your body, imbalance brings about imbalanced results. So let me teach you a little something about the throat chakra. Do you know people who just talk a lot, who have no problems with talking? I mean, they just go on and on and on. Are you a person that likes to go on and on, even just filling the empty space, right? If there's empty space, you can't stand the silence, you gotta fill it. You're articulate, you're smart, you're brilliant, you just gotta fill the empty space. That represents an imbalance in the throat chakra. So we can take this thing too far and exercise the throat chakra in an imbalanced way. So if you're afraid of silence, you can't stand to have moments when it's okay to not talk. That's an imbalance in the throat chakra. So we cannot take the moment when we open the window to be able to then put our voice into the world, to take advantage of that and say our voice is the only voice. So much that we have to fill the silent spaces of meditation where revelation comes from, and we miss out on the things that we're supposed to deliver in the world through our own unique voice. So remember, as we are in this space today, we are vibrating around that voice. Come to a seated position that is comfortable for you. Comfortable in an upright position. And you can just come to a seated space where your spine is elongated and is straight. On your mat. If you have a pillow close by, grab a pillow. Or a block. You don't have to sit on it right now, but you're going to need it in a moment. And as you come into this space today, find your center space. We're going to begin by simply warming up the body. Simply warming up the space. Warming up the voice. So take your palms of your hands, extend your elbows out, lay the palms in each other. Allow your elbows to rest. Touch the tips of the thumbs together. That is a mudra or hand position that brings power. Place them down in your lap. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth as if you're fogging up the mirror. Deep inhale in. Exhale to release. Deep inhale in. Close your mouth. Exhale through the nose, but still make the ha sound. Inhale. Exhale through the nose. And if you can make that ha sound, that is a slight constriction. That is ujjayi breath, right? It is a constricted breathing technique that awakens energies. I want to see that you are breathing through your nose and exhaling through your nose, but see the energy light centers coming through your throat area. Inhale. Exhale, hum. Another, inhale. Exhale, hum. Inhale. Last time, exhale, hum. Big inhale and exhale here. And release. Allow your eyes to close. Bring your hands to heart center. Pressing your fingers together, your knuckles together, your palms together. Touching your thumbs against the middle of your chest. And now set your intention for today, for today's practice. It may be simple. It may be that you want to get stronger. It may be that you want to move through and manifest the voice, whatever it may be. Set that intention. Something that you want to achieve today. Something that you want to achieve in life. Something that you want to experience. Whatever it is, set your intention right now. Good. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, open your eyes. Good. Now, come to seating and come to your knees wherever you are. Grab your pillow if you need a pillow. Grab your roll or your bolster. If you are a yogi and you have a block, grab your yoga block as well. Come toward the middle of your mat, wherever you might be. And we're simply going to point our toes toward the back of the room if we can. Move our feet toward our knees toward the edges of the mat. And we're going to sit in what's called hero pose. If you have an issue with being able to sit back on your heels, you can try it, and you say, if your body starts screaming, no, don't go, then that means your body is telling you, listen, be a yogi, don't be a fool. So always listen to your body, because your body needs me. Everybody is at a different level. That's why I love it. We got people here, but we got people at home. You're at a different level. This may be your first time ever doing yoga, period. Yoga is about listening to your body, doing what you can do. And yoga is about breathing. It's not about pain. So if you reach a point where something is painful, make an adjustment. If you can't sit back on your heels with your toes pointed, then by all means, tuck your toes under. Make that more comfortable. If you're seated in traditional hero, you're going to sit down, your buttocks between your ankles with your knees together. That would make it so that you would sit almost to the floor. You may need to put a block in between you so that you could sit on the low end of the block. You may sit on the flat end of the block. You may sit on the high end of the block. You can sit on a pillow. You can sit on a Webster's dictionary. Whatever you have that's going to put you in a comfortable position, get into a comfortable position so that we can be here. Hero pose. Knees apart if you want, or if you want to go traditional hero's pose, knees closer together so that you're situating your hips between your inner ankles. Good. Hero's pose. Imagine that there is a string attached at the top of your head that is lifting you upward. Roll your shoulders up towards your ears. Now roll them back toward the back wall. Drop them toward the floor so that the flesh on your shoulder blades descends toward the floor. Good. You can place your hands simply on your lap. Take a deep breath in to expand the chest so the air can come down to your lower abs. And exhale to release. Remember to continue to breathe like we taught you earlier. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose with a slight constriction, making the sound of the ocean. If you get winded, you can also breathe out through your mouth too. So there's not a restriction that's going to keep you from participating. Okay, we're going to do this right. Good. Come to neutral, take an inhale. On an exhale, drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Feel the stretch in the right side of your neck. Inhale in. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale in. Exhale, drop that right ear toward the right shoulder. Feel the stretch in the left side of your neck. Deep breath in. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale in. Exhale, drop that left ear toward that left shoulder. If you're like me, your right neck might be saying, oh Lord, but that's just me. Yours might be saying something else. Deep breath in. Exhale, come back to center. Deep breath in. Exhale, drop that right ear toward that right shoulder. Feel the stretch in the left side of the neck. Inhale. Exhale, come to center. Good. Drop your chin slightly toward your chest. Find a fixed point on the floor where you can gently look. If you feel dizzy on this exercise, then just close your eyes if you need to. Rotate your head around your neck. Roll it around to the left in a complete circle. Begin to awaken those neck bones. The ones on your body, not the ones in the kitchen. Bring them awake. You can get to the neck bone. Well, we can talk about those neck bones later. But if you got vegetarian neck bones at home, hopefully you left the pot on low. All right, turn the opposite direction. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling that blue energy that we see. Exhaling anything that's negative. Come back to neutral. Good. Inhale, raise your arms up toward the ceiling. Look between your palms at the sky. Look between your palms at the sun. Look between your palms at the light fixture, at the tiles on the ceiling, at the work you know you're supposed to be doing up there, and the ceiling's cracking. If it is, you're going to fix it later, but don't worry about it and be distracted. Big inhale, reach. Exhale, turn to your right. Place your left palm on the outside of your right knee. Take a deep inhale here. Your right hand, your right fingertips might be able to touch behind you. If so, that's good. And if you can, look behind you. Turn your neck, your chin towards your right shoulder. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale. Stretch a little deeper if you can. Deep breath in here. Exhale. Anytime you twist, you're cleansing. You're cleansing your kidneys. You're cleansing your intestines. You're cleansing and awakening the fluid in your spine. Both your lumbar spine in the lower region and your thoracic spine up by your shoulders. You're cleansing all of that when you do a simple twist. Finish that breath. Take an inhale up. Come back to center. Exhale, release to the opposite side. Place that right palm on the outside of that left leg. Reach that left hand back behind you. Drop that shoulder blade. So make sure you relax your shoulders. Send those shoulder blades down toward the floor as you keep upright. Look behind you if you can. Take a deep breath here. Exhale to release. Another deep breath in. Exhale to release. Let's move with it. Inhale up, come back to center. Exhale, turn to your right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, turn to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, drop to the right. See, it's not that bad. You'll find that you get more flexible each time you turn. Inhale up. That's the power of the breath. Exhale down. That's why they call Ashe breath. It's another translation because it's life, prana. Inhale up. Exhale to the right. All things can be happening during the time you're breathing. Inhale up. But your ability to focus allows you to move through. That's why the word for breath, inhale up, exhale out. Ashe is also the word for spirit. How about that? Inhale up. Because you can see it, you can't see it. Exhale down, but you know it's there. Inhale up. Stay at center. Exhale, hands to your lap. Power that breath, y'all. Throughout the practice, we're seeing that we're breathing in through our nose and out through our nose, or through our mouth is comfortable, but we're breathing that energy in and out through our throat, through our throat chakra, through Vishuddha. And the recognition that that spirit energy is in you, that's breath. You know it's there. Okay, so take an inhale. On an exhale, bring your shoulders forward. Lift your elbows slightly. Collapse your stomach. Round your back. Drop your chin. We're going to do seated cat-cows in hero position. Inhale, send the shoulders back. Drop the crown of your head toward the back of the room. Roll your shoulders together and down. Expand the chest with a deep inhale. Exhale, bring it forward. Big inhale. Awaken that spine. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me. Go at your own pace now. A few more breaths, inhales, cat-cows. So again, that cat-cow motion, moving only as fast as your breath allows you to. So on a full inhale, all the way in that cow position. On a full exhale, the end of the breath all the way around it. Good. Continue to breathe like this. Finish the breath that you're on and come back to neutral. Now let's add some power to it. On an inhale, extend back as you were. Going to do cat-cow. So on an inhale, we're going to talk you through this first. On an inhale, we're going to extend back, palms in the lap. Drop the crown of the head back toward the back of the room. On the exhale, when we go to cat, we're going to add the hum. 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 Okay, you go, your own pace, because you're at your own breath. So we should be, if we were in this space together, if I had a microphone in your house, and I don't, but if I had one in there, I should be able to hear hums coming from all across the world. It should just be a sea of hums coming from cat-cow. Good. Hum. Two more of your own pace, and then come back to neutral. You find your own tone, you find your own voice. Get to where you are. Good to see y'all on the mats today. Good to have y'all on the mats today. Good to have you on the mats today, Heather, Yvonne, awesome. Yes. Good to have you, Terry. Good to have you, Napier, Jeff. Good to have you all in here. Good to have our first time yogis in here. Good. Now we're centered. Now our energy is here. Now our voice is there. Let's raise it up, y'all. We won't be long, but we will be strong today. So let's do it. Let's come to all fours on the mat in a square space where you can feel that energy. And we want you to be in all fours in a proper way. So don't just get in all fours and be sloppy. Every time we do yoga, we do it with intention and with focus. So make sure that you check in with your body. When we come to a square position on all fours, we want to make sure that our back is not rounded. Our back is not arched. Our back is level, parallel with the mat. Check in with your wrists. Make sure that your wrists are aligned directly under your shoulders, not forward, not back. Make sure that your knees are directly aligned under your hips. Good. Once we have those aligned, we've done our cat-cow, so we're great. We're going to send our knees toward the outer edges of the mat. We're going to point our toes toward the back of the room. We're going to bring our big toes together, introduce them to each other in close proximity. Hey, big toe, how you doing? Good, I'm good. You good? You straight? Yeah, we're meeting. Let's shake hands. Put them together, only we don't have hands. Then we reach forward toward the front of the mat. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, sit your hips back on your heels if you can, or on a block or on a pillow. Reach those fingertips forward. Inhale, exhale, drop your head toward the mat. If you need to use a block, you can drop your head toward the block or the pillow and rest in child's pose. At any point during the practice is not going to be super power today. When I teach my power yoga class, for those who are new, I'm a certified yoga teacher as well, instructor, 200-hour in power. We go in, right? You're going to be sweating, dripping, all of that. You might sweat, you might drip today too. But if any time, at any point, you need to rest in child's pose. Child's pose is a rest position, but make sure it's active. So as you are in child's pose now, and you are hearing my voice, let's practice making it an active position. Feel energy pulling you forward by your wrists. Lift your fingertips up to press your palms down into the mat. Good, now press your fingertips and your knuckles down into the mat. Make it active as if I'm in front of you, pulling you forward. Now imagine that someone is behind you, pulling your hips backwards toward the back of the room. Feel that? Tension in both spaces. Divine tension, not painful tension. Again, do what your body tells you to do. But definitely feel the tension of being pulled forward, pulled backwards. That is divine balance. That is what W.B. Du Bois talked about in The Souls of Black Folk. It is the power of being Black and American. It's the power of being a Black and a white country, whatever it may be. There's this tension, and yet the tension, the balance of the tension is what keeps the entire whole from being torn asunder. So don't give up on the tension. Embrace the tension and learn to balance it. Deep breath in. Exhale, hum. Hum. Deep breath in. Exhale, hum. Hum. Last time, deep breath in. Exhale, hum. Awesome. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Lift your head from the mat. Look between your hands. Raise up on all floors. Send your feet, your toes toward the outer edges of the mat to make them parallel with the knees. Square up again. Lift your feet. Tuck your toes and place them back down on the mat. Now lift your hips toward the sky. Push back with your hands. Straighten your arms, straighten your legs. Downward facing dog. Good. Let's make some adjustments because I want to make sure that you're doing this correctly. So let's see if we can get the point of the pyramid, your hips, your butt, to the point of the pyramid. Men out there, embrace that too. This is the strength moment for all of us. It's a rest position. It's also a strength position. You don't hold downward facing dog being weak in the arms or being weak in the legs. So what I want you to do is I want you to lift your hips toward the sky by raising up on your tippy toes. Good. You're on your tiptoes now. Now engage your quads, those thigh muscles. Engage them by lifting your kneecaps up towards your hips. It engages the quads. Press your hands down into the mat. Press your knuckles down into the mat. Engage your biceps by turning them outward, rolling your shoulder blades together. Good. Now here's a good trick. Slightly bend your knees. Arch your butt up even more. Now straighten your knees again. Now lower your heels toward the floor. You may make it all the way to the floor, you may not. Bring your head towards your thighs. Drop it between your arms. That is a great downward facing dog. Remember that position? We're coming back from it. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. Look between your hands. Step, float, or jump your feet between your hands. Good. Take an inhale. Come halfway up. Halfway up is halfway lift. When I say halfway lift, you can make your back parallel to the floor. You can place your hands on your shins, your hands on your ankles, your hands on your thighs, or your hands on your knees, hands on your knees, hands on your knees. I do that too. Roll your shoulder blades back. Lift the chin so that you can look slightly ahead of your mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, allow yourself to fold from the lower back, your lumbar spine first, all the way down until you're hanging. Allow your arms to hang. That's ragdoll. Drop your head as well. If you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. This isn't a competition. The only person you're competing with is your own potential. It's like that in life too. So wake your legs up. You can lift your heels back and forth. You can sway from side to side. Whatever's going to be comfortable for you to begin to wake your body up. This is forward fold. Come to the still position with your fingertips toward the mat. If you're at home and you're a yogi, your hands might be on the mat. That's great. Take an inhale. Exhale, extend it a little deeper. On an inhale, come all the way to standing. Look between your hands. Check in with your body. Make sure your shoulders are dropped down toward the floor. And so we have a tendency to want to reach up and then we want to move our shoulders and do all of this. Don't do that. Drop your shoulders back and down as you reach and look between your hands. Remember that place in the ceiling you were looking at before? Same thing here. Take a deep inhale. Send your thumbs toward the back of the room. Put your hands at prayer. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Deep inhale here. Exhale, hands to your sides. Now, look at your body, look at yourself. I want you to check in at every point here, because when we're standing, when we're sitting, when we're moving, every position is active. This is where the work is. Make every position active. We're going to activate your body right now, because all we're doing, Rev, is just standing here, right? Nope, because this is just standing here. This is just standing here. You don't want to stand here. When you're standing in yoga, it is an actual pose. Mountain pose, Tadasana, right? And everything is Tadasana. So if you can give yourself a strong mountain pose, you are becoming a strong mountain in life. You don't want anybody just to stand around you who ain't standing with a backbone. You want somebody to take a real stand. To take a real stand, you have to actively take a stand. That's a metaphor too. Oh, take a stand for yourself. So let's take a stand for ourselves. How do you stand, Rev? Stand with your feet either together or slightly apart, whatever's going to be comfortable for your mountain pose. I like a little slightly just under my hips. I like that. Now, I want you to point your toes at 12 o'clock. For those of you in the military, Jeff, I know you were in the military, so you know 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, right? It's like there's a clock around you. 12 o'clock is true north. So that means that we don't want to go pigeon-toed. We don't want to go slew-footed. We don't want to go pigeon-toed and slew-footed. We want to go directly 12 o'clock. True north. So lift your heels if you need to make the adjustment so that both feet are pointing forward. Yes. Now, lift your toes up toward the ceiling. Feel the point in your feet where you find the four corners. I got to back up a little bit so you can see. Four corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inside, outside, inside, outside. Find those four corners on your feet, feel them, and then grind the four corners of your feet into the mat. Drive them in so that they're solid. See roots coming out of the four corners of your feet, driving into the mat, driving into the floor, into the earth under that. Drive those four corners. Once those four corners are driven, I want you to spread your toes now and then lay them down onto the mat like they're claws digging in. Once you could find balance without your toes, everything else is gravy. Good. Now I want you to look down at your feet. Relax the top of your body for now. Look down at your feet. They're grounded. They're drug in. Now I want you to imagine that if I allowed you to, you would send your inner ankles toward the back of the room and your outer ankles down. So it's almost like you want to do this, but since you can't, you want to send the inside of your ankles toward the back of the room. Send them toward the back of the room without lifting your feet. Your outer ankles, send them down. What that's going to do is it's going to make you turn in. And when you turn in, you lift your kneecaps up and you engage your quads. So everything in your quads, turn everything in toward the inner part of your body. Good. Now you've activated your legs. Let's add something else to it. I want you to lift your navel up and toward your spine. So lift the navel up and then in toward your spine. Good. Now we're engaged in the midsection. Roll your shoulders up towards your ears. Back toward the back of the wall. Now send them down toward the floor. Extend your arms. Shoot your fingertips with divine, powerful energy toward the ground. Imagine there's a cord inserted here that's lifting you, elongating the spine, pulling your shoulder blades together in the back, and yet the flesh on the outside of your shoulder blades is extending toward the floor. So you're in an excited, upright position, chin slightly lifted. Inhale, exhale, release. Mountain pose. Inhale, exhale, hum. Good. Now, let's do some sun salutations to wake up our body. Sun salutations, and then we'll move through a couple of poses, and we're going to feel really, really good. So, from standing mountain pose or Tadasana, we're simply going to add the extension. Reach up to the sky. Keep that same energy. Are you turning in? Are you driving the four corners of your feet in? Good. That's extended mountain pose. Keep extended mountain pose. Begin to bend at the waist, but keep reaching forward. Keep looking forward. Begin to bend at the waist until you're parallel. Continue to go down. Continue to go down until you can go no further. When you can go no further, you might need to bend your knees a little bit. If you bend your knees a little bit, do that. Release the thoracic spine up by your shoulders. Forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Halfway lift. Exhale, place your palms on the mat. Extend your legs back into either a high plank position or a low plank position. High plank is up high like a push-up. Low is all the way down low almost. Extend all the way to the floor. All right. Tuck your toes. Make sure you press up. Let's press up into halfway lift or halfway lift into low plank. Halfway up. All the way up into push-up position if you can. At any point, you can drop your knees to the mat if you need to as well. Okay? Let's lower all the way to the floor. Now lift your feet off the mat. Point your toes toward the back of the room. Place your hands under your shoulders. Rest your feet on the mat. Press up halfway. Hold it there. Baby cobra position. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, release to the floor. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release to the floor. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release to the floor. This time, inhale, extend the hands, all the arms all the way up. Upward facing dog. Drop the pelvis toward the floor. Straighten the legs. Engage the quads. Some, your quads will be off the floor. That's fine. Some, your knees will be on the floor. That's fine. Roll those shoulders back. Lift that chin toward the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck your toes. Press back into downward facing dog. And now you remember downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. 2. If you need to pedal your feet a little bit to wake up your legs, we're just waking up the body right now. Go ahead and do that. Alternate your knees, lift the legs, shake it out. Tell yourself, I am here. I am a yes for today. This is your moment. One more breath. Big inhale. Exhale, blow it all out. Look between your hands, step or jump or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now let's roll it. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Is the music in here? Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low or high plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Superstars out there, if you want to do a push-up or something in between, you can do that too. 5 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Two more breaths here. Big inhale. Exhale, blow it all out. Step, jump, or float forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Don't compromise your body. If you find yourself getting weak, drop to your knees. It's okay to do that. It's okay to rest in child's pose if you need to. If you're first time yogi, give yourself grace on that. If you're pushing yourself for this, be a yes for being here. Make your adjustments as you did. Lift yourself up on your toes. Lift your hips up. Straighten your legs. Arch your back some to get that length in your spine, and then lower back down on your heels. Turn the inner part of your arms outward if you need to as you press the hands down into the mat, getting the full benefit. One more breath. Breathe in. Exhale, blow it all out. Step, jump, or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 good deep breaths here. We're almost done with this one. We're going to keep moving, y'all. We love the movement. We love it at home. Big inhales, big exhales. Start to warm that energy up, breathing into your back, breathing into your hips, feeling that energy go throughout your body. Last breath, big inhale. Exhale, blow it all out. Step, jump, or float forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Straighten that body. Drop that butt. Straight line, not an arch. Good. Inhale, come forward 2 inches. Point those toes toward the back of the room. Upward facing dog. Expand the chest. Lift the head and the chin. Exhale. Press back into downward facing dog. Awesome. Take a big deep breath here. Exhale, look between your hands. Step just your right foot forward. Good. We're going into the warrior position, Sun B. Warrior position. Keep that back leg extended straight. Turn your foot so that it is at a 45-degree angle with the mat. So that means, Rev, you're not pacing forward per se, right? Both feet are not facing forward. Your right foot is facing forward. It's perfectly square at 12 o'clock. Your left foot is pointed at a safe distance between the back of the mat and the top of the mat. The corner's there. So a 45-degree angle is there. You have an inhale, and we're going to lift that back leg quad, right? Oh, nice. We'll have to turn down just a little bit so I can hear. We got a little bit of music playing here. Since we don't own the rights, I want to make sure we don't get cut off on YouTube. Lift that kneecap up to engage the quad. So as you engage that quad, you're going to straighten. You might have to widen your stance, y'all. You might have to shorten your stance. But I want you to look down at your knee and make sure that it's not going forward towards your front of your feet or it's straightening back. But that knee should be directly over your ankle at a 90-degree angle. When you have that there, you turn those hips, square those hips with the front of the mat. Once that happens, we want you to roll those shoulders back and down. Then to the fullest realization of the position, reach those hands up toward the ceiling. Good. Squat a little deeper if you can. Warrior one. Good. Take a deep breath in. Hold that position. Exhale, release. Good. Y'all are looking good. Y'all are feeling good. I feel the energy coming through, man. Y'all are working this thing. We're going to do a Sun B, which is just warrior one and warrior two back and forth a few times, and we're going to get through this, all right? Good. Bring that leg forward so I can have it 90 degree. There it is at 90-degree angle. Good. Lift, inhale. Send those thumbs toward the back of the room. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Let's make sure we're awake. Inhale. Exhale, hum. Hum. Good. Inhale in. Exhale, hum. Last big inhale. Exhale, look between your hands. Step your left leg forward. Make the same adjustments. Raise those hands. Check that back leg. Is that back quad engaged? Is that thigh engaged? Is that kneecap engaged? Lifting up towards your pelvis. Good. 45-degree angle on that back foot. On that back foot, y'all, drive that blade side, that outside part of your foot, drive that blade side into the mat as you lift the arch on the inside of that left foot. I'm sorry, inside the right foot. Your right foot is back. Inside of your right foot, lift the blade up as you drive the blade side down into it. Lift that arch up. Engage that kneecap so that you have your quads engaged. Turn those hips toward the front of the room. Place your hands on your hips. Thumbs in your lower back. Good. Roll those shoulders back and down. Now, raise those hands toward the ceiling. Warrior one, left side. Breathe into it. Celebrate it. This is your position. Now we're going to do some revolutions and we're going to move it. So take a deep breath in. Send those thumbs toward the back of the room. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, blow it out. Step forward with your right foot. Warrior one, right side. Inhale up. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. We're in the flow now. Exhale, downward facing dog. Warrior one, left side. Inhale up. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, blow it out, downward facing dog. This is called vinyasa. It's the flow, right? It's the energy. Step forward with your right foot. Warrior one, right side. Inhale up to expand. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Warrior one, left side. Step forward. Inhale up. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Warrior one, right side, last time. Inhale up. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Warrior one, left side. Inhale up. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in here. Exhale, drop your knees to the mat. Send your knees toward the outer edges of the mat. Bring your big toes together. Inhale, exhale, sit back on your heels. Rest in child's pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hum. Good. Now just take a few deep breaths to congratulate your bodies for the sun salutations. We have saluted the sun and awakened our body in a powerful way. So now we have just a few more poses to get done so that we can awaken fully this energy. Good. Now come to all fours. Good. Now turn around and come to seating. Comfortable seated position. Grab your block, grab your pillow, grab your brick, whatever you might have at home for support. Good. Now I want you to lie all the way back on your mat. We're going to be doing supported shoulder stand. Supported shoulder stand. For those of you who are advanced yogis and you want to go ahead and do a full shoulder stand, you can do a full shoulder stand if you wish. But if you want to do the supported is the energy that's going to allow us to stay in the pose a little bit longer. So I'm going to invite you to sit up for a second, watch the demonstration of the pose. We'll start with the pose in a bridge position. Bridge position is simply going to be bringing our feet toward our hips, toward our buttocks. We're going to raise up slightly. This is a full bridge position here. We're going to place the block or the pillow or the bolster at the bottom of our lumbar spine, just before the tailbone, tuck our knees in, and bring our feet up for a supported position. That supported shoulder stand. You can find the position in your lower back where it's not going to hurt and bring yourself into a supported shoulder stand position, bringing your fingertips and your palms flat on the mat, bringing your chin towards your chest and being mindful not to turn your head to the left or the right once you find this space. For those of you who are advanced and want to sit in shoulder stand for a longer time, you can support with your hands as well. So it's up to you. Find the position that's most comfortable for you. Lie flat on your back, on your mat. Bring your feet towards your buttocks. Raise up into bridge. Find a comfortable space to insert your brick. And then a trick is to bring one knee at a time towards your chest so that you can then raise one leg at a time into supported shoulder stand. Breathing the entire time. Don't you stop breathing on me. Nice. Here's another trick if you're at home or if you're in the space. You can also do this against the wall. So first timers, if you're like, I can't find my balance here, just turn and face a wall, run your legs up the wall, parallel, touching the wall, give yourself a little space there. If you don't want to use a block, simply put your buttocks against the wall and send your legs up the wall. You're going to get the same benefit. Whatever that position is, find that position now, get in it, and allow yourself to breathe deeply in and out through your nose. Finding the stillness is a part of yoga, finding the space where you are being a yes when your body is questioning you. This is your body, and you were given this body for a reason. You were given this energy for a reason. Congratulate yourself. You're here. You're doing it. You showed up. This is good. A few more deep breaths like this. Big inhale. Exhale, lower your feet back down to the floor of the mat. Raise your hips up to remove the block. Keep it handy. You're going to need it in a minute. Good. Now extend your feet toward the edges of the mat. The next position that we're going to do is supported fish position, supported fish pose. Supported fish pose. Normal fish pose would be lying flat, raising up on your elbows, dropping the shoulders blades together, back and down, pointing, flexing the toes, pointing the feet and bringing the toes back toward the body as you engage the quads, and then dropping the crown of the head back toward the floor. Moving the hands below your buttocks and allowing yourself to rest. The difference in supported is real simple. You're going to take the block and you're going to put it either flat or you're going to put it on whichever side is going to give you the height that you need to be comfortable, and you're going to place it in a spot that's between your shoulder blades. That's supported fish. Then you can relax and you'll take a deep breath in, and then you'll relax and say, ah. Drop that head toward the floor. You'll notice that you'll feel an extension and a stretch in your neck. So go ahead and find your supported fish position. Raise up and place that bolster or that pillow or that roll, whatever it is that will give you comfort, into a space. If you place it into a space and you start to drop back and something says, man, what you trying to do to me? That's the wrong space. Drop it into the space that makes you say, okay, I can rest there comfortably. And if you're ever in fish position, you can actually drop your jaw and then bring your lips together. When you do that, that's an exercise that you can do. If you've got a little bit of the extra here that we get when we get into our 50s like me, it'll help tighten that skin underneath your chin. Keep your jawline fairly straight. So if you like to do that, grab that added benefit. But for now, find the stillness in supported fish. Inhale. Exhale to release. Good, and you find the stillness there. Let me check you. I'm checking Kanitha because she's my wife and we quarantine together and I can do that. Okay, you might just need to do that. Go, drop it down. Right there. How's that? Okay, good. Yeah, it's not the height that matters. You might have to make the brick flat. You got 3 sides with a yoga block. You can make the high side, you can make the long side, or you can make the fully flat side. You might need to find the fully flat side. Yeah, you're high. It's really high though. You can drop it low. Yeah. Yeah. Try it there and then don't drop it too far back. Yeah, that's good. Excellent. Second to last pose here, y'all. Great job. And if it gets too uncomfortable, you can pull the block and go without. Hold the pose as you need to. Make sure you listen to your body. Good. Take one final deep breath. Exhale to release. Press up with your palms to come out of the pose to remove the block from where it was. And then as an added benefit today to get you some energy in your lower regions, we're going to do some 30, 60, 90s. You're going to love them. Lay all the way back. Place your hands by your sides. Under your hips or flat. Palms against the mat, wherever they might be. Raise your legs. Keep them straight. Raise your feet toward the ceiling. 90-degree angle on your legs. Yes. Place the palms of your feet at the top. Place your palms of your feet as if you're standing on the ceiling. So make them parallel to the floor. Make them flat. Good. Now straighten those legs. Don't bend those knees. If you need to, of course you can. But we're going to now strengthen this core energy. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to release. Good. Breathe. Now drop those legs just 30 degrees. Drop those legs toward the floor. Just 30 degrees. Right there. Hold. Breathe. Continue to breathe. Drop them another 30 degrees. Hold. Breathe. Drop them 2 inches above the floor. Hover. Hover. Hold. Hold. Drop them. All right. Good. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hum. Oh yeah, I love it. Good, raise those legs up one last time. Good, give yourself the benefit. You're here, you made it, you made it. Drop those legs 30 degrees. Hold, breathe. Your abs are gonna thank you in the morning. Drop them 30 degrees. Hold. 2 inches from the floor. Hold them, legs straight, hold them, hold them, hold them. Release them to the floor. Point your toes toward the ceiling. Turn your palms upward toward the ceiling. Bring your feet together. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Drop your toes toward the outer edges of the mat. Relax your shoulders back and down. Release all stress and anxiety. You have made it to Shavasana, the final pose. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale to release. Allow your eyes to close. Allow your energy to be centered in this divine space. I'm sending a chime in the key of C across everyone, and I'll be smudging, which is sending incense into the air as an antioxidant. Here in Infinity in the Space, I'll be smudging with lavender, sage, and Palo Santo. So we'll be able to smudge the energy off of everybody here, but I'm going to send the smudge energy to you as well. So the energy in the atmosphere as we smudge, relax. Allow yourself a quiet space. If you want to turn out the lights, put on some meditation music real quick. We're going to be in Shavasana for the next 5 to 7 minutes, just to allow your body to recover, to be where you are. Shavasana. As you are in this consciousness space, imagine that there is a healing globe of blue light that is situated in the area of your throat. As you inhale, that light grows larger. That sphere grows larger. And it begins to envelop the space of your forehead and your crown, healing blue light. On another inhale, it begins to envelop the areas of your chest, an exhale that begins to spread to your stomach. On an inhale, it begins to spread down to your hips. On an exhale, it begins to spread down to your thighs. Inhale, comes to your knees and your shins. Exhale, covers your feet. Now this glowing body of blue is healed and is whole. As the scales of balance emerge in my life, my throat is open and clear for divine speech. I am birthed from the love consciousness of the universe, and as such, I am free to embrace all that I emerged into this existence to be. I am free to walk in my truth. I am free to proclaim it boldly with others. I align my words and I align my actions. Previous states of silence I release. Relationships that no longer feed me, I release. I embrace my freedom. And as my heart beats in a purified state, I encounter myself in its highest manifestation. I will shine. I will speak my truth. I am reclaiming my voice. These things I know to be true, and I accept them as such and proclaim them so, and so it is. Deep inhale. Exhale to release. As you come back into the space, go ahead and begin to wiggle your toes a little bit, shake your hands out, allow yourself to come back into the space of existence that you've been in, altered consciousness. Not necessarily altered consciousness, but real consciousness, acceptance of who you truly are. It's good to visit self, now walk in it. Go ahead and allow yourself to roll over to one side or the other. And just sit for a few breaths in the fetal position. Return to that safety motherhood space. An awesome space of gratitude. Good. And as we are in that space of gratitude now, go ahead and push yourself back up to a seated position. Good. Place your hands in your lap with those fingers on top of the other and the thumbs touching. That mantra that we did at the beginning of Yoga Sunday. Let's take 3 good deep breaths with 3 good hums. H-A-M, feeling the vibrational space right here in that throat chakra. Inhale. Exhale. Hands at heart center. Inhale, exhale. Giving thanks and thanksgiving in this moment for those gathered, for those watching online, for those watching the replay, for those in this space. Thank you for your practice. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for the commitment to be you and to free your voice. The divine in me recognizes the divine in you, or as it is in Sanskrit, namaste. Namaste at home, y'all. At home, y'all. How you feel? How you feel? Take a deep breath. Come back to your thumbs. Come back to your typo. Whatever you want to do to type. We've gotten through a great practice today as we've gotten to infinity. And I want to thank everybody for getting there, for being in that space of deliverance. How you feel? You feel good? I hope you feel great. I hope you feel great. Does everybody feel okay here? You're going to process that for a while. So that's going to be good. You're going to start feeling that stimulating energy in your throat center this week. You're going to start feeling confident if you weren't confident before. Nobody's going to be able to push you around this week. That's for sure. And that's going to be a good thing. But, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. Teaches the wisdom of Marvel Comics. So don't go picking fights with people just because you got your power right now. When you get your power, you don't have to beat up on folks. You exercise it in a subtle way. Infinity has been an awesome time today, tonight. When you're doing the practice again, this is up on the internet. It's going to be archived. You have an opportunity, if you ever need it, just fast forward if you need to the practice. Do the practice if you feel as if your voice is waning or you feel like you need some strength, whatever it is. Ladies, gentlemen, fellas, everybody, take this opportunity to immerse yourself. We got some great things happening at Infinity. I wanted to run by you, make sure you understood. We got our affirmation call that's coming up. It's every single Wednesday. And every single Wednesday, we get together for 9 minutes for an affirmative meditation and conversation online. The number is on the screen. It is a free call, and it is a growing call. It is something that we provide for people all over the place to remind them that everything is good and everything is awesome. For those of you who are going to be in town, the trunk or treat is Saturday, Sister Kanitha, October 31st. October 35th. Actually, in the Kemetic calendar, there were 300 days and 360 days and 5 festival days. I saw 3 to 5. It was on the slide, y'all. From 3 to 5 right here. Take a picture of the code on the scan there. If you're in Nashville, you have to reserve a ticket, but a ticket is free. It's going to be safe distance. Grown-ups, we're going to have some grown-up activities as well, single folk activity as well. Come at safe distance and see your Infinity family here, y'all, and get it on. Here's how to follow us online, youtube.com, Infinity Fellowship. I'm predicting 1,000 subscribers today. Facebook.com/Infinity Fellowship. I'm speaking 1,000 followers this week. On Instagram, you can follow us at the Infinity Fellowship. You can follow me online at the Revjeff, reminding you that everything is good, you all. For those of you who will be joining with us next week, we speak that you have an awesome week ahead of you, that you continue to live strong, to be strong, and to pour into yourself. So we'll be back next Sunday for Spirit Sunday, first Sunday of the month. We got the Voices of Infinity in the house. Powerful spiritual message. Y'all know on first Sunday we go all in. So tell your friends you found a home. Infinity is a space for those of you who felt like misfits. It's a space where you fit. And everybody at Infinity I'm used to seeing every week. We're going to get through this, but it's good that we have a portal where we can stay connected. If you need more information, visit us online at myif.org. Until I talk to you again next week, it's been Revjeff and the whole Infinity family, reminding you that when you get information, especially spiritual information, and you take it in, it becomes knowledge. When you take that knowledge and you put it into action, that's when it becomes wisdom. So y'all be wise. We love you, and there's nothing you can do about it either. Peace and blessings.